Oh, Asante Sana. Here in Harambe, we like to say Twende, that's Swahili for let's go. Hello, John, everyone. My name is Jared. I'll be your tour guide today through Harambe's Wildlife Reserve. Now, before we do head on in, I do have a few ground rules. Make sure we are staying seated at all times with those face coverings on throughout our whole journey day, covering our nose, mouth, and chin. Mandatory that you do so. But also for the safety of all these animals in the reserve, just make sure we're not making any loud noises at them. It is their home. We want to feel welcomed. And as you can see, we're making our way into the little Ituri forest. And over to our right side, he's hiding in the back right corner. I do see a beautiful okapi hiding in those bushes. Try to get a better view up ahead, but looking at the okapi, a lot of people think they're related to the zebras because they're striped legs and back, but they're not. Actually, to the giraffe. They're just rocking some party pants once you see. You can tell they're related to the giraffe because their long facial structures and their long 16-inch purple tongue. There he is. Oh, but also on our right, really close to us, right below us, there's a beautiful black and white bird. That is the saddle-billed stork. They get their name. Look at that little yellow part on their bills. It looks like a little saddle sitting right on top. But those storks stand about 5 feet tall, and they have a wingspan of up to 9 feet. That's as long as the canopy right above us. On our right as well, there's some antelopes hiding on top of this hill. There are some greater kudus. They are the second largest antelopes in Africa, right behind the Patterson eland. Those greater kudus are all females. You can tell because they don't have horns. Only the males do, and their horns can grow to be about 6 feet long. But speaking of horns, there's another type of antelope over on our left side, really close to us. These are some bongos. Bongos are also called the ghost of the forest because they're very rare to find. There's another one on our right side, if you didn't see them, on our left, hiding in the top left corner of that hill. Now if you do get a good look at those bongos' horns, you can see that they're slanted backwards. That way you can run through that brush in the forest. And if you were to pet one of them, you would get that red color on your hands. Kind of like Cheeto dust. How cute. Just don't eat it. Alright, but we're going to leave them be. We're going to leave the little Ituri forest. We're going to start making our way into the Safi River. Now let's go see if we can find any animals swimming around this water. Oh, actually eating right now to our right, kind of behind us, out of the water, there is a Nile hippopotamus standing back there. When they're born, they're about 85 pounds. They grow to be about 5,000 pounds, like that big guy you see. Do spend all their time in the water, except at night. That's when they leave their water to go find their food. And they go up to 6 miles away from that water to go find it. Let's go find some more. He's kind of in a weird spot right now. Back over on our left side, coming up on this island, there's a bunch of white birds hanging out together. These are going to be some pink-backed pelicans you're going to see. Now those pelicans do get their name because during mating season, their backs turn a slight pink. And during that time, you can find pairs of up to 500 of those pelicans in one small area. There's kind of a hippo to our left, right behind that palm tree. Do you see them walking away from us? A little hard to see though. Alright, we'll leave her be though, but if you keep looking at the left, there's some cuties coming up all the way in the back. There's a whole float of Nile crocodile basking in the sun. These Nile crocodile grow to be about 16 feet long. Now if they were to stand up on their tails, that's as tall as a giraffe. And they can weigh a whopping 500 pounds. What a lot of people don't know about these fish predators is that they're really good parents. What they like to do, they like to put those eggs in their mouth, roll them around a little so they crack. That way it's easier for those babies to hatch. How adorable is that? As you can see though, it does look like we are going to be leaving the Safi River. Looks like we're going to head into the savannah. Now the savannah is going to be home to many famous animals here in Africa. And as we make our way down this hill, keep looking out the left side, we see the gorgeous view of the savannah. Do see a lot of animals walking around right now, so looks like we have plenty to see down here. Now, the first animal we're going to see are actually hiding to our right, all the way in the back. I do see the zebras all the way back there. But walking towards us, there's some little guys. They're tan, black, and white. Those are some springbok. Now, the springbok get their name for their leaping ability, because those little guys can leap forward about 16 feet, and they can jump as high as 6 feet. That's one of their best defense mechanisms against any predators around. But another defense mechanism that they have is also their speed. They're also one of the top 10 fastest animals in the world. And the springbok can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. I'll definitely talk more about those zebras up ahead. Looks like they're on the other side of that savannah. But to be more specific, those are Hartman mountain zebras. You'll be able to tell because they have thick black stripes on their backside compared to the other ones. Also have smaller hooves, that way you can climb up on the mountains. But you can see their best friends over on our right side, all these gray animals. That's a herd of white-bearded wildebeests. They're also known as news for the sound that they make. So, you know cows go moo, wildebeests go new. Yeah, I think they have an accent or something, not sure. Definitely get a much better view up ahead. Oh, to our left side, right behind these bushes in the back, there are some wild African dogs laying in the grass. Now, they're also known as painted dogs for their unique colors. Yes, they are a part of the dog family. These dogs are the most successful predators in the world, catching up to 90% of their prey. More success, most big cats, lions only catch up to 30% of their prey. As you see the rest of them sleeping in the cave over here, you see the rest of the pack. But in that pack, there is a dominant male, dominant female dog that work together. And what they do, they tire their prey out. So they keep running and running and running until that prey can't take it anymore. Also on our left side, though, there's be some dark brown antelopes over here, right by these trees. Now those are the sable antelope. The sable antelope always have each other's backs, even when they're laying down, because we kind of look closely. They're facing every single direction. That way they're always on the lookout for those predators. That's why the sable antelope are the symbol of Harambe Wildlife Reserve. That's because instead of running away from their predators, they like to stand their ground and fight back against them. And another animal always on the lookout for the predators are these white-bearded wildebeests, because whenever they lay down, they leave space in between each other. The wildebeests never touch when they lay down. That's in case their predators are around. They're ready to get up and run away without tripping all over each other. You know what that means? No cuddles. As I said before, though, very common to find these wildebeests hanging out with zebras as well as giraffes, because all of them are non-territorial. And once in a while after they do all get together, migrate from one area to the next. When they do that migration, they follow the rain, because wherever it rains, it means fresher grass for them. Now, before we get to these cattle over on our left side, we want to get a better view of Springbok. They're coming up on our right side. Definitely a much better view of them than before. Okay, come on, those little Springboks, so cute. Alright, but like I said, up ahead, you'll be able to see these Ankole cattle. They're going to be over to our left and right. You may have heard their other names, the Watusi Cattle. They got that name because the Watusi tribe were the first ones to discover and domesticate them. These cattle do play a special role in Africa because they're known for wealth. So the more Ankole cattle you have, the more wealthy you are. Oh, it looks like they all crossed the road. They're all to the left now, so just be prepared. Now this one you see first, that one is the bull. You're able to tell because he's much larger in size compared to the other ones. See all the other ones with different colors up ahead? All these three, these are going to be all the females. As you can see, they're also known for their horns. Their horns are quite long, grow to be about 5 to 6 feet from tip to tip. Horns do look heavy, yes, but they're not. They're made of a honeycomb-like structure. They actually help regulate their blood flow and body temperature. I was kind of hoping we get a better view of those zebras, but it looks like they're all behind the bushes all the way in the back by that road, so I don't think we'll be able to see them, but that's okay. I do see their other best friends up ahead, the giraffes, so we'll get a good view of these guys. We're going to be over to our left side, really close to our trucks to make sure we're not making loud noises. We don't want to scare these big girls. To be more specific though, these are Maasai giraffes. You can tell looking at their brown spots because they're kind of messy unlike other giraffes. Maasai, messy, that's how I remember it. As you can see, they are doing what they do best, which is eat. Giraffes only spend 30 minutes of their day sleeping. The rest of the day, they spend eating. Talk about living the life right there. Now, while they were eating, I was kind of hoping we would get a good look at their tongues. Their tongues are quite long, about the same size as an average person's forearm. About 18 inches. How cute is that? Alright, we'll let them enjoy their time together. Let's see what else we can find over on the sun. Alright, we're going to take a little detour over this part of the savannah, see what else we can find over here. If we can't find anything, do not worry. We'll just head to the back of the stand, and there'll be a lot of animals hiding over there. But I do see something up ahead, so we can try to get a good view. And over to our left side, I do believe I see a monkey coming up right in the middle, in between the trees and that rock. Now that monkey in the back is a mandrill. Mandrills are the largest monkeys in the world. Men weigh about 100 pounds, when females, the ones you see walking around right now, they weigh about 30 to 40 pounds. That's how you can tell them apart. Another way you can tell them apart, though, is that the males do have more dominant colors, and when they're excited, their colors can get even brighter. How adorable is that? Alright, but to our right, that was the perfect place to find some African elephants. As you see, the animal care team was there to go put some enrichments into their habitat, so they're probably on the other side. Drive over there, hopefully we'll find them. Now, I'm able to tell they are going to be African elephants because we are in Africa right now, but also, if you look at their ears, they're going to be kind of shaped like the continent. Elephants do have the longest pregnancies in the world. Elephants are pregnant for 22 months to 2 years. Yeah, but that's because when they're born, they are about 250 pounds, growing to be about 13,000 pounds when they're an adult. And approaching us on our left and right, passing one of their favorite treats, the red clay. Elephants eat this red clay because that's very important nutrients and minerals for them. It's really good for their diet. They do have a pretty big diet. Elephants can eat up to 500 pounds of food a day. And I'm going to like this candy right now because I do love my junk food, but if you want to eat just like an elephant, you're going to have to eat 5,000 full-size Snicker bars a day. Have lots of fun with that. Sadly, these elephants are endangered due to poaching. They do get poached for their tusks. Inside those tusks, they have something called ivory in them, and ivory is very valuable on the black market. And not only are they suffering from poaching, they're also losing their habitat in Africa. And because of that, they are intruding on farmers' lands and ruining their crops. Scientists have discovered, though, that elephants are afraid of bees. So what farmers are not doing, they're planting beehives around those farms so elephants won't intrude. Because they are planting those beehives, though, not only is it saving the elephants' lands, but it's saving those crops, also saving those bees, and we need those bees for our vegetation. Okay, but it does look like they may have migrated to a different part of the savannah, but that's okay, I don't want to bother them. Let's keep on going. If you keep looking at the left, there's going to be a whole flamboyance of flamingos on this island. You'll be able to see one of the babies in the water right now, eating a little gray bird. There's actually 5 of them, so if you want to see them, that's what they look like, all 5 of them. So be on the lookout. Now, they're greater flamingos. They're the tallest and lightest pink flamingos in the world, staying as tall as 5 feet. When they're born, they start off gray. They get their color from their diet, which consists of brine shrimp. Inside that brine shrimp, there is a tiny thing called beta carotene, and that's what makes them so pink. So I guess for them, You are what you eat. What they are eating is something called brine shrimp. Inside that brine shrimp, a little thing called beta carotene gives them their pink color. Whenever you do see them eat, they stick their whole heads in that water, or they just swivel their heads back and forth above it. It's because on the inside of their top feet, they have a little filtration system. Filters all the good stuff in, leaves all the bad stuff out. But also over on my side, you'll see a big mud wallow. And all the way in the back, I do see the white rhinos. They're kind of behind that truck. Here they come. The rhinos like to roll around in this mud during the day. That way the sun hardens it on their skin, and it acts like a sunblock for them. If you do also look closely at some of the trees on our left, they're also covered in mud. That's because when the rhino's done rolling around in it, they scrape their bodies against these trees to get all that dead skin off of them. But if you just saw that white rhino, people tell that they are not white, they're still gray. That's misinterpreted for the word ficus, which is Afrikaans for the word wide. White rhinos have a much wider mouth compared to the black ones. That's one way you can tell them apart. Another way you can differentiate them though is that the white rhinos are much larger in size. These beautiful guys weigh about 5,000 pounds, black ones weigh about 3,500. Here they come over on our left side. Oh, but also on our left side, if you look right behind them, on top of the hill, I do see a cheetah laying on top of it. Oh, there's two of them, one in the back too. The cheetahs run about 65 miles per hour, which makes them the fastest land animal in the world, and they can reach those speeds in just under 3 seconds. One of the greatest adaptations they do have to help them run fast is a very flexible spine. Cheetah spines are so flexible when they run, they can turn in midair. Going back to these rhinos though, what's really adorable about these rhinos is that they have very poor vision. They can only see a few feet in front of them. So all these rhinos don't even see us right now. That's why a whole group of rhinos is called a crash. Because they run about 35 miles per hour, so they basically run up the lines. You know what happens then? They over to crashing. How cute is that? But going back to the big cats though, looks like we are going to be approaching a kopi. It's a special rock structure on my left side. And all the way at the end of the kopi, I do see the female line right by these trees. We get a good view of her. And there's the male to the right of her. He's sleeping on the rocks all the way to the right. Definitely get a better view up ahead, so don't worry. As I was saying, the lions like to hang out on the kopi, so they climb all the way on top of those rocks. They can see their prey from down below. And the flat surfaces, as you see, make it a perfect place for them to rest. Which is what they do best in the day because they are nocturnal, so they rest for 16 to 20 hours of the day. And there's the other female to the right of him. We'll see all three of them. Now they do rest for that long though, save all their energy to go hunting at night. When it's time for them to do that hunting, only the females catch their prey, while the men stay back, guard their territory, and their little cubs. Look at him, doing a great job. The lions do their hunting at night because during the day, have the same eyesight as we do. During the nighttime, the eyesight can get 6 times greater, like I said. Unfortunately though, there is only about 20,000 lions left in the world today due to poaching. There may be more people riding this ride today than there are lions left in the world. How wild is that? Oh, we'll let them enjoy their time together. Let's see what else we can find over on this side. Oh, also on my left side, very hard to see through the bushes. I do see a warthog hiding in between those bushes. Very hard to see, kind of behind us. Warthogs are the largest burrowing animals in the world. When they go into those burrows, they do like to back up into them. That way their tusks are facing outward. So in case any predators are around, they're ready to attack. I don't worry if you didn't see them. Like I said, they're in the worst spot possible, so we'll leave them be. Do you see some more animals over on our right side? All the way in the top left corner behind that tree stump, I do see a little warthog right behind it. And really close to us, holding off ostriches. Look at that. Going back to that warthog though, they are one of the only known relatives of the wildebeests. You're able to tell from their facial structure. You know, I found springboks in reserves just like this one, because only a few years ago, there's about 17 of them left in the world due to poaching. But then one man decided to take them all in, leave them in a little fence. He did not know he was saving the entire species from going extinct. But then all the reserves took them in, started conserving them. Now there's about 2,500 of them, but only found in reserves still. We just leave the savannah, just made our way into the Magadi Glen, known for its hot springs. You can see the Warden's post on our left side, and right in front, I do see some Nigerian dwarf goats hanging around. A lot of people do like to domesticate these goats. They have a lot of great qualities, help save the wildlife in Africa. And if you're a little thirsty, it's drink some of the milk. Very, very high in nutrition. Also drink some of the milk, some dairy products like cheese as well. And all of those goats helping us are helping those goats out, keeping this little territory away from their predators, so they don't gotta worry about them. So, win-win for everyone. Unfortunately, though, that does mean we are reaching the end of our journey today. But if you guys do want to see some more animals, I do encourage riding the safari again, because every safari ride is different. You can also check out Gorilla Falls, has a lot more animals like monkeys, exotic birds, and some adorable naked mole rats. A lot of the animals you did see on the reserve today are endangered due to poaching and loss of habitat. But a very easy way to help with that is by recycling. You could also ask any merchandise location on how you can donate to the Disney Conservation Fund. Whatever donation you make, Disney will always match that.